What's going on? I'm Keith Carlos. I'm a model, actor, entrepreneur. You might know me from winning America's Next Top Model. I'm also Danny on CBS, Bold and Beautiful, and I was the lead man in Cardi B's Be Careful video. I'm doing this Therapy Thursday, Can I Be Vulnerable video because I feel like everyone should be vulnerable at some point and know that it's okay to be vulnerable, to release some of the stresses you have in your life. So growing up, in my environment, I always felt out of place, and I always was angry. I was always aggressive. Always like had to fight and prove a point. Granted, I had older cousins to protect me, and who had names that really wouldn't allow other people in the hood to really fuck with me. I was always angry, so I knew that, and I was always a great athlete. And although I was better at baseball and basketball, I chose football because I had a release when I played football. Hurting people, getting that aggression off of my chest really helped me. Yeah, it made me feel good. So I chose football, and that was my sense of therapy. And now that I'm not playing football, I still have some of that aggression. It really doesn't leave. So I use it in other things. Boxing, I run a lot now. The acting helps. But what led me to therapy, my actual session, was having an anxiety attack. I returned to Atlanta, Georgia after winning Top Model, and like the next day, I had an anxiety attack. I didn't know what was going on. It just felt like I couldn't breathe. My heart palpitations. Just felt like I was about to die. I went to the doctor, got all my blood ran, heart checked, everything, brain scan, everything was good. I'm healthy. But I'm like, what is wrong with me? Because I still feel, like my equilibrium was off.
And you just won America.
And I just won. So I have nothing but
first male winner. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I have nothing but excitement to be ahead. So I went to see a psychologist just to see, what was going on chemically, and that's what I was diagnosed with. Was I had an anxiety attack, and I had anxiety disorder and PTSD and all this stuff that affected me when I was younger. They called it a perfect storm, where everything hits you at once. So it was all excitement of winning the show and what's to come, but opening up on the show every day, talking about, going through this, going through that, this person dying, how it made me feel, every day, just punching that in. And I never did that. I never had to be vocal because growing up, it was like, you take it and, you take it and you learn from it. You don't really have anybody to cry with. You don't cry for one.
Up.
Yeah, you man up.
Man up.
Yeah,
like,
you man up, don't be a bitch. And that's what it is. But so just years of that compounded, it just tore me down emotionally. And it was all like subconscious. So it's not like I felt some type of way, it was just reaction. So I went to therapy for that, and I want to say I went to about 3 sessions, and then I did my own research on it. And then once I learned more about it, I was able to feel more comfortable and learn to control it and learn natural remedies to relieve it, learn myself more on that side where, okay, if I start feeling this or start talking about this situation, this is going to make me feel like I'm going to have anxiety. So now I'm perfectly fine and good with it because I know when it's coming and I know the triggers, etc. So I feel like everyone should definitely go for a session, even if they feel they're perfectly fine. That subconscious mind is a mother. Even after winning Top Model, or even before winning Top Model and pursuing the NFL dream, that's just a whole nother. People think, because you're seen on TV playing football and you get the opportunity to play for an NFL team, that you're a millionaire and you're rich and famous, but that's not the case. Like, my mom got out of jail, and I got released from the Eagles at the time. That was like 2011, 12. And man, I couldn't go back home. Like, I couldn't go back to Bridgeport. Like, my mom was living in projects there. She was living with my brother and my sister and her sons, and everybody there think I'm rich and famous. So I'd end up, hurting somebody trying to protect myself, or somebody getting me because they think I have something. So I was like, I can't put myself in that predicament. So I stayed in Atlanta. Shoot, I lived with like 6 different people, sleeping on floors, living rooms, freaking kitchen floors, blow up mattresses, you name it. Like, I was out there homeless for like a year and a half until I got with a fraternity brother who gave me somewhere stable, and I was able to think and put some things into perspective and start doing well for myself. But Yeah, to those who are going through, healing has impacted my relationship with others by allowing me to be vulnerable when I know it's time to be. It's helped me with my empathy as well, so I'm able to understand and relate to people and then respond or react in a certain way.
Okay.
I would say my weakness is my heart. You know, I have a big heart. I get it from my mother. You know, I wear it on my sleeve. I love hard, and I have like high empathy for others. I always put myself in other people's shoes, and I always put myself last. And a lot of times that hurts me. There's instances where, you know, even in relationships, I've put family members above myself, and in return, it's hurt my relationships, whether it be financial or even with time. Strangers on the street, like, you know, if I see something that I don't agree with or I don't like, I'll do what I can, I'll do what I feel in that moment to help. What motivates me is not growing up without anything, you know, knowing that I made it out of where I've come from, knowing what the bottom feels like motivates me as well. Like I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut. People hear Connecticut and they think, you know, picket fences and T-ball games, but Bridgeport is actually the number 9th most dangerous city in the United States. I basically grew up in the projects there, and my mom got incarcerated since the 15 years, dad, and I kind of grew up around, you know, gang members, uncles was all in and out of jail. So I kind of grew up around that, and I was given some unfortunate circumstances that I made it out of. Just knowing that it motivates me to keep going, and also to inspire others that, you know, may have similar upcomings like myself, or just can even relate. And just know that there's people out there who won't be granted the same opportunity that I had. And I try to do everything for my last name. I'm the first in my family to go to college and to do anything to this magnitude. So I'm kind of just raising the bar for my younger peers, family members. You know, I know I inspire a lot of people around the world, because even after winning Top Model and having my story out there, people hit me up all the time from different countries like, wow, you inspire me. And, you know, just knowing that I'm living in service and I'm inspiring people that I will probably never meet really pushes me to keep going. What's most important to me? What's most important to me would be family and my values. I hold those close to my heart. Being out here in Hollywood and pursuing the entertainment business, it can be tough, it can be misleading, opportunity could be scarce, but I feel if you know who you are and you stay true to your guns, that no matter what, like the universe will turn over and you will accomplish everything you want. May not be at the same speed on God's speed, so you got to be patient, but you definitely will conquer.
That's good.
Healing has changed me in many ways. It's given me the blessing of being vulnerable, and being vulnerable allows you to learn more about yourself. It allows you to open up and be real, and allow you to just live, to breathe. Like there's like weight off your shoulder. Once you feel that relief, it's easier for you to live. Healing is imperative. Growth is necessary. Something for those of you out there who are going through something similar to that, that can have a huge effect on your mentality and the way you see things. You know, hurt people. So I would advise everyone who has gone through something traumatic to go see somebody. It will only help you. It will help you release. It'll help you learn yourself. It'll help you in the grant, like 10 years down the road, you'll learn so much about yourself that it'll just push you. It'll push you physically, mentally. It'll help you with your career. I'm telling you, do it. You know, especially if you have kids, because you don't want to have kids or even go into a long relationship with someone and you don't fully know yourself, or you feel some kind of void, or you're angry at something. You really should get that off your chest, because like I said, hurt people. In the grand scheme of things, you'll end up hurting your kids or your insignificant other indirectly.